Are we live? Okay, I think we're live. Hey, Necro, what are you doing, Necro? Why are you showing us your dirty fucking desk, which doesn't look like it's been dusted in a week, and your fucked up cabling and hole in the wall? Well, joke's on you because I actually haven't dusted in like 2 fucking weeks. My shit's all disheveled, and there's a hole in the wall because I noticed this shit is mounted to the wall, and I might have dinged it up a couple times. Don't worry about that shit. What you are looking at, however, is what is a thing. Check it out. It's Windows XP. Necro, why are you on Windows XP? And that's because first and foremost, let me hydrate here. I'm sorry. I was supposed to have things out by now. And long story short, the current thing I am doing right now in front of you, playing on this Windows XP PC, I was supposed to have gotten 2 fucking months ago. I hope that's not too loud and drowning me out. And instead of getting it 2 months ago, I started Sweary's The Good Life, which I then abandoned because I just ended up not really enjoying anything about it. And then a gentleman in the Discord, which if you're not on the Discord, hi, there's a Discord, he asked me about Jedi Outcast. And when that fucked up, I said, okay, maybe I'll start Jedi Outcast. And then guess what? It turns out that the game has some issues. And I don't know if the issues are in the base game or if they are issues that are because I'm playing it on Windows 10. So I'm going to try it on this little jank box to see if those issues are Windows 10 or it's because of the game. But if it's because of the game, we're going to have a problem. And if it's just because it's Windows 10, it'll be okay. What the fuck is going on? Okay, so this is a Windows XP gaming computer. Everything in this Dell Optiplex case is like 15 fucking years old, but it's got a 1 gigabyte graphics card, a dual core 3.0 gigahertz processor. And the reason I have that is because I have a lot of old-ass games that either, 1, don't run in DOSBox, or 2, don't work on Windows 10 because they don't run in DOSBox and no one has tried to preserve them. And I would like to talk about those games. I would like to fucking play all the old-ass games that I own that are sitting on my goddamn shelf. So I bought this thing. I was supposed to do it 2 fucking months ago. I fucking didn't. The reason I am recording from my phone right now is because I didn't do this shit 2 fucking months ago when I should have, and so now I'm waiting for a hardware upscaler because software upscaling through a DVI to HDMI cable doesn't work on a goddamn capture card. I'm pointing over there at my other PC. Doesn't work on a capture card because the capture card needs a steady either 720 or 1080. So just before starting this video, I took a shower. And just before showering, I ordered a hardware upscaler, and we're going to see if that works. And if that does not work, Fraps still works on Windows XP, so I can just put that on and I can get footage off that way. And then I will just have to transfer footage with either a fucking USB bridging cable or a flash drive, which is no fucking problem. It's extra steps, but it's no fucking problem. But I've got hardware coming into it. And that is why I'm here to say I'm fucking sorry. Because like I said, I was supposed to start this shit 2 fucking months ago in mid-November. And if you go over to my Twitter, the first 2 words in my bio are unhinged psychopath. If you're on the Discord, you've probably figured out that I am crazy and very moody. And I spent from November probably 20th to about December 30th mostly failing at getting these games recordings started because Sweary game ended up being too boring, and then we had problems with Jedi Outcast. But what was more important was that I spent most of it, instead of working on Daryl Fights the Monsters Ice Cream Part 2, I spent it pacing around, going out of my goddamn gourd, bitching about how I couldn't be at work because holidays. In a 12-day period, I only worked 2 goddamn days. And I really should have been working on stuff, and I didn't because I was just neurotic and pissy. And welcome to my New Year's resolution. My New Year's resolution isn't about making more content, though I will talk here in a second about what's coming. My New Year's resolution is about doing the things I should, when I should do them, so that we don't have this thing where it's January fucking 7th, and I don't know if I'm going to have a video before the end of the month. That just sucks. Fuck. Sorry about that. It's not just about getting more content out, because it's not. That's just silly. It's a waste of time to say get more out, because it's the quality that matters. It's about getting it done when I should do it and not procrastinating. And yes, this looks shitty. I promise if this hardware upscaler works, it'll be better. If Fraps works, it'll be fucking better. I'm just showing this off so that you know that I have a fucking Windows XP gaming computer that fucking works. But anyway, so my New Year's resolution is about me. And not about, hey, Necro, you're 30 pounds away from your target weight. Why aren't you putting more effort into that? Because that shit never works. That's still coming along nicely. I'm becoming less of a fat ass day by day, I promise. But it's about making myself do what I should do when I should do it to make sure that this shit doesn't continue to happen. And I notice I said make sure it doesn't happen, because it's not about hoping it doesn't continue happening, because if you hope, the answer is nope. Moral reference for all my fans out there who also like Dino Stamatopoulos. Anyway, so my goal is to make sure that shit doesn't happen anymore. And we'll get on to the next thing. So, first and foremost are the next 2 videos that I'm making. And, you might have noticed, the one fucking game I said I would never fucking play like several million times. Well, if you're on the Discord, you know who Grim is. Grim is like the sexiest goddamn voice I've ever heard. And he asked me a short while ago about my opinions on Darksiders. And I was like, hey, buddy, guess what? I actually have a full series on the Darksiders. And so I posted that, and that got me remembering horrible PTSD flashbacks from trying to play Darksiders 2. And I thought, honestly, it can't be as bad as Darksiders 2 made me feel. But there's just one fucking problem, and that's American McGee is a fucking douche nozzle, and this game doesn't have resolution options, which is okay, but what it also doesn't have is a fucking windowed mode. So I can't record it from my Windows 10 PC because it sets everything to like 800 by 600, and that's a problem. So I'm going to play it through the Jankotron Mark 1. Jankotron Mark. This is the Jankotron Mark 1. Meet the Jankotron Mark 1. It's got all your 2003 gaming needs. Yay! It's got stuff. So I'm going to be playing it through the Jankotron because then it can just sit in its shitty little resolution, and a video upscaler will handle all that shit on its end, because a hardware upscaler will output a constant 1080. They will handle all of the changes and then send it to the video capture device, which that is what has the issue. That needs the constant 1080 output, and that's what the hardware upscaler is for. So this is coming, but it has to come through the Jankotron. So shit, right? All right, so while I'm waiting on that, this is the other thing I'm working on. Bam! I just got this installed, and check it out. It is fucking Prince of Persia 3D, the full box, in really good condition. Guess how much I paid for this little bitch? Just guess. 5 smackers. And for all my Yank friends out there, no, I don't mean 500 smackers. I don't mean 50 smackers. I mean this bitch in damn near mint condition was $5. Nobody wants this stinky boy. Nobody wants this stinky boy. Motherfuckers fought me tooth and nail on getting a copy of Battle Arena Toshinden on the PC, but nobody wanted this shit. Anyway, so I'm doing this bitch. Why? Because I fucking love Prince of Persia, and not just the Sands of Time trilogy. It's one of my favorite series. It's not my absolute favorite series. I got that boy tattooed on my hand. It's one of my favorite series, going all the way back to the last time I used a goddamn Apple product, the fucking Mac 2. Yeah, I played it on that. I don't have a Mac 2. That's just what I played it on. And I loved the sequel, which was a lot bigger and more grand. And I even loved that weird hybrid that Ubisoft made of the original games with the Sands of Time look and some extra powers. And yes, that is a thing. I had it on Xbox Live Arcade. It's really fun, but it's okay. And this is like the worst Prince of Persia game ever made, but I've never gotten to play it, so I'm going to play it. And it works on my Windows 10, so I can record it through that. So that is starting as soon as I am done and have uploaded this shit. There was something else I needed to talk about. Let me hydrate real quick. Yes, so I actually have all the footage and all the stuff I need for Daryl Fights the Monster Ice Cream Part 2 if you're the one person who actually enjoys that retardation. I just need to get started on it. And I have been futzing and pissing and procrastinating for so long that I've gotten nothing done until now, when I've got the Jankotron Mark 1, but now I'm waiting on the hardware upscaler. And that's my New Year's resolution, is to get that stuff done when it needs to be done so that I can put out content for the people who come here, and I kind of owe it to just do my thing. Because, it's like I say, I make the channel for myself. It's because it entertains me. And yeah, that's fine. But when you guys come and you spend time, that's something you give me. And that's a huge thing you give me. And yes, I do feel and believe that I owe you better than to just sit around for a month and a half pissing and moaning to myself about how I can't go to work and just letting the things I should be working on fall to the wayside. So yes, I am working on this shit. So what is the point of the Jankotron aside from just being able to play my fucking inbox copy of Met Commander in its original environment? I'm starting a new series, and that series is going to be not weekly, not monthly. It doesn't have a release. It's not going to have a release schedule like anything, just like everything else out here. It doesn't have a release schedule. But its point is so that I can put out content for you guys to help alleviate the absolutely huge gaps in time between episodes of the Crypt Review. I'm calling it Tales from the Jankotron because this is the Jankotron Mark I, and its purpose is going to be to just play games. It won't matter if I can't beat it. It won't matter if I have to cheat through a level, which I might have to do for Jedi Outcast. The point is just going to be play through the games as best as I can, get my footage, and then just talk. It's mostly going to be about, I guess, a historical perspective. Preserving not just these games, but the knowledge of them. And the reason why I wanted to do this is because it's 2022, and that's the year Psychotoxic takes place in, and you can't play Psychotoxic, and even if you can, its DRM is known to completely fuck up your Windows install. And I thought I would love to talk about Psychotoxic 2 and all the shit that went into that and what happened, because it's a huge thing that needs to be remembered so that we don't have these pitfalls in the future. And that got me thinking, Tales from the Jankotron. Talk about old games in a way that I can just preserve memory of them and maybe introduce you to games that are on my abandonware or that you may not have heard of, and I can do that. And that's the point of what's going on with the Jankotron. Playing all my old games that I actually own physical fucking copies of, thanks corporations, and being able to show you old stuff you might not have heard of. I've got more games coming for it than I already have on my shelf, and I'm really excited to get started. I just have to wait for the hardware accelerator thing, upscaler. I'm running out of time. I can see my thing telling me that I'm running out of save space. So let me get this straight up. Things that are coming. Bad Day LA, Prince of Persia 3D, which is currently almost done installing on the Windows 10, and a new series to help that shit be alleviated when I have these huge gaps in what I am doing, because episodes get left on the cutting room floor a lot. I started and had to drop like 5 games from October to December 1st. It sucks. I hate it. But I'm working on getting stuff so that doesn't become such a huge content deprivation issue, because I'm sorry that this happens, and I hate that it happens, and I'm working and dedicating myself to doing better in the future, not just to entertain myself and give myself things to do when I have all this downtime, but for you guys who dedicate your time to this shit. Because that is a huge gift you give me, and I am obliged to give back. That's just how it is. Anyway, I have like 50 seconds left of recording time. Hopefully that answered all your questions. I will put a link to the Discord if you just want to pop in and ask more questions about what the fuck is going on. Again, thank you. Happy fucking New Year. Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever the fuck. Happy Yule, sons of Odin. Necro out.